my name is Hadisma Technology Bala and I am the student of Foundation Level Batch 2 at the Raymond School Hall campus. Today my task is talk with Sesame by the Maya on the topic Earth, the history of our home in the world. Let's go and start my task.
Hi, what's up?
Hello Maya, I will ask me some questions, you will answer them, okay?
Mm-hmm. I'm game. I'm ready when you are. What's on your mind?
Okay Maya, my first question is why is Earth called our home?
That's a sweet way to start. It really comes down to the fact that it's the only place in the entire universe we know of that actually supports us. From the perfect distance from the sun to having liquid water and an atmosphere we can actually breathe, it's basically a custom built sanctuary for humans. It's the only place where we don't need a spacesuit just to step outside. What's the next one?
Okay Maya, my next question is what is Earth?
Hmm. In the simplest terms, Earth is our planet, the third rock from the sun. But if you want to get technical, it's a terrestrial planet with a rocky surface, a dynamic core that creates a magnetic field, and a thin layer of water and air that makes it a living, breathing system. It's basically a giant, complex ball of minerals and energy spinning through space. What else you got?
Okay, Maya, my next question is how old is Earth?
Earth is roughly 4.54 billion years old. It's a number so big it's almost impossible to wrap your head around, but scientists figured it out by looking at the oldest rocks and minerals they could find. What's next on your list?
Okay, Maya, my next question is how was Earth formed?
Wait, did you mean art as in paintings and sculptures, or were you asking how Earth was formed?
Okay, Maya, my next question is where is Earth located in the solar system?
Earth is the third planet from the sun. It sits right in that sweet spot called the Goldilocks zone. Not too hot, not too cold, nestled between Venus and Mars. What's next?
Okay, Maya, my next question is why is Earth known as the blue planet?
It's all about the water. About 70% of Earth's surface is covered by oceans. So when astronauts look back at us from space, that deep blue is the most dominant thing they see. It's like the planet's signature color. What's next?
Okay, Maya, my next question is what is Earth shape?
Mm. It's not a perfect circle, actually. It's what scientists call an oblate spheroid. Basically, because Earth spins so fast, it bulges a bit at the center, making it slightly wider at the equator than it is from top to bottom. It's kind of like a basketball that someone is pressing down on just a little bit. What's the next question?
Okay, Maya, my next question is what is Earth diameter?
Earth's diameter is about 7,917 miles. Since it's that oblate spheroid we talked about, the diameter is actually a tiny bit wider at the equator than it is from pole to pole. What's next?
Okay, Maya, my next question is what is the Earth diameter?
We actually just touched on that. It's about 7,917 miles. You're really testing my memory today. What's the next one?
Okay, Maya, my next question is what is Earth curriculum variance?
I'm a little lost. You mentioned something about the Earth being killed, like a curriculum in 40 years. Are those all part of one big question, or did we just jump through a few different topics?
Okay, Maya, my next question is What is Earth gravity?
Gravity is basically the invisible force that keeps our feet on the ground and stops the atmosphere from just floating away into space. On Earth, it accelerates things downward at about 9.8 meters per second squared. It's what makes everything fall when you drop it, and it's the reason we have a consistent weight. What else is on your mind?
Okay, Maya, my next question is what are the main layers of Earth?
Think of Earth like a giant onion. It's all about the layers. You've got the crust, which is the thin, rocky shell we live on, the mantle, massive layer of hot, dense rock that flows slowly, and the core, which is split into a liquid outer core and a solid inner core made mostly of iron and nickel. It's wild to think that the center of our planet is basically a solid metal ball as hot as the surface. No worries. Did you want to keep going with your Earth questions, or are we switching gears?
Okay, Maya, my next question is what is the Earth crust?
I'm a bit confused. Do you mean you're looking for a specific question about Earth to ask me, or are you asking what the Earth question is in general? I'm not sure I follow.
Okay, Maya, my next question is what is the mantle?
Um, I think you might mean the mantle. Since we were just talking about the layers of the Earth, I'm guessing you're still thinking about the mantle.
Okay, Maya,
Yeah, I'm ready. What's the new?
okay, Maya, my next question is what is the outer core?
We're back to the layers. The outer core is the layer just above the solid inner core. It's a thick sea of liquid iron and nickel. And because it's constantly flowing and churning, it's actually what creates Earth's magnetic field. Without that liquid outer core, we wouldn't have a compass or a shield against solar radiation. What's next?
Okay, Maya,
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
my next question is what is the inner core?
That's the very center of the onion. The inner core is a solid ball made mostly of iron and nickel. Even though it's incredibly hot, some say as hot as the surface of the sun, it stays solid because the pressure from all the other layers pressing down on it is just too intense for it to melt. It's essentially the dense, heavy heart of the planet.
Okay, Maya,
What's next?
my next question is what is the lithosphere?
That's where things get interesting. I'm already reacting. I love this part because it's basically the puzzle piece part of geology. The lithosphere is the rigid outermost shell of the planet. It's actually a combination of the crust and the very top brittle part of the mantle. Instead of being one solid piece, it's broken up into these massive tectonic plates that slide around. If we're talking about what makes the mantle so critical, it's definitely the convection currents.
Okay,
That's the slow churning move. I'm listening.
okay, Maya, my next question is what are tectonic plates?
These are the giant puzzle pieces I was just mentioning. Tectonic plates are massive slabs of the lithosphere that float on top of the semi liquid mantle. They aren't sitting still either, they're constantly shifting, sliding, and bumping into each other. When they clash or pull apart, that's where you get the really dramatic stuff like earthquakes, volcanoes, and the creation of mountain ranges. What else do you want to know?
Okay, Maya, my next question is what causes earthquakes?
It all comes back to those tectonic plates. Earthquakes happen when those massive plates get stuck while trying to slide past each other. Pressure builds up until snap, the rocks finally break or slip, releasing all that stored energy in a sudden burst of seismic waves that shake the ground. It's basically the earth releasing a huge amount of tension all at once. What's next?
Okay, Maya, my next question is what causes olacones?
That's an interesting pivot. Depending on what you mean, it's usually about the absence of light. When there's no light hitting an object or reflecting back to your eyes, your brain perceives that as I wouldn't say it's a bad thing at all. Blackness is just a state of being, like the night sky or the deep ocean. It's where we find a lot of peace, and it's actually essential for things like sleep. Why do you feel like it's not a bad thing?
Okay, Maya, my next question is how are mountains formed?
We're back to the big geography stuff. Mountains are mostly the result of those tectonic plates we talked about earlier. When two plates collide head on, the crust gets squeezed and pushed upward, kind of like how a rug bunches up if you push it across a floor. That's how you get massive ranges like the Himalayas. You can also get them from volcanic activity, where magma pushes through the surface and builds up over time. Which one sounds more impressive to you?
Okay, Maya, my next question is what are continents?
That's a bit of a Depending on the context, containers can be a lot of different things. In the simplest sense, they're just objects like boxes or jars used to hold things. But if you're thinking about shipping, it's those giant metal boxes that move everything around the world. And if you're into tech, it's a way to package software so it runs the same everywhere. Which one were you thinking of? Bully? Never been called that. Fair enough. We can just hang out here for a bit. What's on your mind?
Okay, Maya, my next question is how many continents are there?
I think you might mean continents. There are 7 of them: Africa, Antarctica, Asia, Australia, Europe, North America, and South America. Which one is your favorite?
Okay, Maya, my next question is what are oceans?
Oceans are the massive bodies of salt water that cover most of our planet. They're way more than just big pools of water, though they regulate the Earth's temperature, produce a huge chunk of the oxygen we breathe, and hold a world of creatures we're still discovering. Do you want to know about the different ones or maybe the deepest parts? You're the one grilling me. I'm down to flip the script. What's the topic for today? Wait, you're still in the driver's seat? There are 5: the Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Southern, and Arctic. Do you want to dive into which one is the deepest?
Okay, Maya, my next question is what are oceans?
Oceans are basically the massive bodies of salt water that cover most of our planet. They're not just big pools of water, though. They regulate the Earth's temperature and are home to a huge chunk of all life on Earth. I wonder if you're curious about how they're actually different from seas?
Okay, Maya, my next question is what is the largest ocean on earth?
That would be the Pacific. It's absolutely massive. It actually covers more of the Earth's surface than all of the land masses combined. Do you want to know about the weird stuff hiding at the bottom of it?
Okay, Maya, my next question is what is the small ocean?
The Arctic Ocean is the smallest one. It's way smaller than the others and spends a lot of its time frozen over. Do you want to know why it stays so cold compared to the others?
Okay, Maya, my next question is what is the longest river on
That's the Nile. Though there's actually a long standing debate between scientists over whether the Nile or the Amazon is the real winner, depending on where you start measuring. Do you want to hear about why they can't agree?
Okay, Maya, my next question is what is the largest desert?
Most people immediately think of the Sahara, but it's actually Antarctica. A desert is defined by how much precipitation it gets. not how hot it is, and Antarctica is the driest place on Earth. Do you want to know which one is the largest hot desert?
Okay, Maya, my next question is what is the highest mountain?
That's Mount Everest. It's the highest point above sea level. Though, if you measure from the actual base of the mountain on the ocean floor, Mauna Kea in Hawaii actually takes the trophy. Do you want to know how that measurement works?
Okay, Maya, my next question is what is the deep set place in the ocean?
That would be the Challenger Deep in the Mariana Trench. It's so deep that if you drop Mount Everest into it, the peak would still be over a mile underwater. It's basically another planet down there. Do you want to know what kind of creatures actually survive that kind of pressure?
Okay, Maya, my next question is what is the atmosphere?
The atmosphere. I'm glad you think so. Since we're on a roll with the geography and science stuff, what's next on your list?
Okay, Maya, my next question is what are the layers of the atmosphere?
The atmosphere is broken down into a few main layers, each with its own personality. You've got the troposphere, where we live and breathe, then the stratosphere, the mesosphere, the thermosphere, and finally the exosphere, which just fades into space. Do you want to know which layer actually protects us from the sun's rays?
Okay, Maya, my next question is what is the atmosphere important?
It's basically our planet's life support system. Without it, we wouldn't have air to breathe, and the temperature would swing so wildly between day and night that nothing could survive. It also acts like a shield, burning up most meteors before they can hit us. Do you want to know more about how it keeps us warm?
Okay, Maya, my next question is what is the ozone layer?
The ozone layer is a thin region of the stratosphere that's packed with ozone molecules. Think of it as the Earth's sunscreen. It absorbs the most harmful ultraviolet radiation from the sun, which is what keeps us from getting scorched the second we step outside. Do you want to know what happens when that layer gets a hole in it?
Okay, Maya, my next question is how does the atmosphere protect Earth?
It's basically a giant multi tool for the planet. Beyond this, the ozone layer acting as sunscreen, it burns up space debris through friction. So we aren't constantly getting hit by meteors, and it traps just enough heat to keep us from freezing solid at night. It's the only reason we're not a barren rock like the moon. Do you want to know about the specific gases that make that heat trapping part work?
Okay, Maya, my next question is what is weather?
Weather is basically just the atmosphere in motion. It's the day to day state of the air around us, things like temperature, humidity, wind, and whether or not it's raining. While climate is the long term average, weather is what you actually see when you look out the window this morning. Do you want to know what actually causes the air to move and create those changes?
Okay, Maya, my next question is what is climate?
Climate is the long term average of weather patterns in a specific area over a long period of time, usually 30 years or more. So while weather is like your mood today, climate is more like your overall personality. Tells us what's typical for a region, like how a desert is usually dry or the rainforest is usually humid. I wonder if you're curious about why the climate's changing so much lately.
Okay, Maya, my next question is what causes seasons?
It's all because of the way the Earth is tilted. The Earth doesn't sit straight up and down, it's tilted on its axis as we orbit the sun. Different parts of the planet get more direct sunlight at different times of the year. When your hemisphere is tilted toward the sun, it's summer. When it's tilted away, it's winter. Do you want to know why the seasons are opposite in the northern and southern hemispheres?
Okay, Maya, my next question is why does day and night occur?
It's all thanks to the Earth spinning like a top. As the planet rotates on its axis, only one half is facing the sun at a time. The side in the light gets day, and the side rotating into the shadow gets night. It's basically one giant, never ending game of hide and seek with the sun. Do you want to know how fast we're actually spinning right now?
Okay, Maya, my next question is why does Earth rotate?
I think you might be asking how old the Earth is. Scientists put it at about 4.5 billion years old. It's a wild number to even try to wrap your head around, right? Do you want to know how they actually figured that out using rocks?
Okay, Maya, my next question is what is Earth's revolution?
I'm not entirely sure what you mean by Earth's revelation. Are you thinking about a scientific discovery or maybe something more philosophical? Let me know what's on your mind.
Okay, Maya, my next question is how long does Earth take the orbit the sun?
It takes about 365 and a quarter days. That little extra bit is why we have a leap year every 4 years, just to keep our calendars from drifting away from the actual seasons. Do you want to know what would happen if we just stopped doing leap years?
Okay, Maya,
I'm ready.
my next question is what is a leap year?
A leap year is basically a correction day for our calendar. Since the Earth actually takes about 365.24 days to orbit the sun, not exactly 365, we'd eventually be out of sync with the seasons if we didn't add that extra day every 4 years. We just tack it on to the end of February to keep everything lined up. Do you want to know why February is the one that has to deal with the extra day?
Okay, Maya, my next question is why does Earth have a moon?
I think you're asking how we got the moon, right? The most widely accepted theory is called the giant impact hypothesis. Basically, billions of years ago, a planet sized object slammed into the early Earth, blasting a huge amount of debris into space that eventually clumped together to form the moon. It's essentially the result of a massive cosmic car crash. Do you want to know what the Earth looked like before that happened?
Okay, Maya, my next question is how does the moon affect Earth?
Hmm. The biggest way is the tides. The moon's gravity pulls on our oceans, creating those rising and falling beach. It all acts like a stabilizer for the Earth, keeping our tilt steady so we don't wobble all over the place, which keeps our climate predictable. Without the moon, our days would also be much shorter. Do you want to know how the moon actually changes the length of a day?
Okay, Maya, my last question is what causes tides?
It's all about gravity. The moon pulls on Earth's water, creating a bulge on the side facing the moon and another on the opposite side. As the Earth rotates through those bulges, we experience the rise and fall of the tides. The sun does the same thing, though it's much weaker because it's so far away. Since that was your last question, do you want to wrap it up here, or did you find a new topic you're itching to dive into?
Okay, Maya, you are very helpful for me. Thank you.
You're so welcome. I really enjoyed being in the hot seat. Whenever you've got more questions or just want to chat, I'm here.
Okay, Maya, Allah Hafiz.
That is the best way to be. It's a great headspace to live in. What's making you feel so happy?